Sorry for the technical issue, ma'am. You can continue now.
Okay, can I have the slides?
Yes, ma'am. Have you added the slides, ma'am?
I will do that. Since it was already added there, I didn't do that from my end.
Ma'am, I have added it, ma'am. Just 2 minutes. I don't know what is happening, but it keeps disconnecting me out of the presentation.
One second.
Ma'am, I have added it.
Presentation. Can you start the presentation now?
1 second. It's saying it will take about 2 minutes to upload. Ma'am, can you see the slides, ma'am?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay, ma'am. Can we go live, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So, sorry to everyone. We faced a minor interruption and we would like to start our presentation once again. So, over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we were starting. The topic of my today's talk is novel coronavirus, the game changer, how to we know it. So the objectives are, I will give you a brief overview of SARS-CoV-2, the virology part, and the COVID-19, the game changer, the disease and epidemiological part, and the engineering technological support, how to we know it. So this is very brief only. I hope it will last only 20-30 minutes. Okay, so you see the beautiful pictures here. The middle, you see what we are seeing here is the middle of it is the stellar corona of the sun. The picture taken during the complete eclipse. The moon is completely hiding the sun from the earth. Only the outer corona part. What is the corona? It is the light, the extended boundary of the sun with the beautiful effulgence lighting. Is the corona. It has the name we have taken for this name. The virus is named after this stellar corona only. The electron microscopy picture of the virus. The first picture shows the extended boundary of the virus, showing some spikes outside the boundary. So it is named after the stellar corona as coronavirus, and this is a diagrammatic picture of that virus. It is named after the SARS coronavirus 1. What is SARS? Severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus. There is a one. I hear a lot of noises. Is it okay?
It is okay, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
Okay. The SARS-CoV-1, we had the epidemic was emerged at 2003. It was also started from China and nearby neighboring countries it spread. But that time we had a good control over that virus and it has not become a pandemic. So we have a good control over the SARS coronavirus 1. This time the similar type of virus, it has a 88% genetically resembles the SARS coronavirus 1. So that only this time this virus was named as SARS coronavirus 2. And it has a 50% genetic homology with one more virus, it's called MERS-CoV virus. This coronavirus is not newer to us. It is one of the virus which causes the mild cold. Rhinitis we say, or mild flu or cold, which we say without treatment lasts for 7 days, with treatment lasts for 1 week. So without treatment it goes off, mild and mild variety. One of those virus is zoonotic origin. Problem is it is a newer virus, we are getting it from zoonotic origin, animal. So it is, since it is new, nobody in the human population have been exposed to that virus. So it is able to spread so rampantly and produce a epidemic. Now the pandemic. Pandemic, it is more than 3 continents of the world. It is spreading. It is called pandemic. So now we are facing the situation. So here you see some beautiful spikes, which gives that the corona appearance here. This spike protein is very important for the virus. It is the first point of contact of the virus to the host. So it is the first point. So this is very important. After that only the virus can get into the cell, human host, can cause disease. And we have other proteins also, like nuclear protein, membrane protein, envelope protein. We utilize all these proteins as antigens in diagnostic test. So this carries that importance. This is something about the virus. In going next, I want to share one important finding. So this slide shows you the research findings of various research done on the surrogates of SARS coronavirus. What does surrogate mean? Surrogate is the marker. That is, it is we cannot do the SARS-CoV on first hand initially. So we have, since it has 90% homology with the SARS-CoV-1. So these experiments have been done with the SARS-CoV-1 and human coronavirus 22.9E strains. So what does it say? The virus has the capacity to stay on the inanimate surfaces like paper, aluminium, stainless steel, on the gloves, on the mask, on the apron. So all these things, aluminium, metal, wood, paper, glass, so all these inanimate substance, the virus has the capacity to stay from 2 to 8 hours to the maximum 5 hours. So this is very important finding, the persistence of the SARS coronavirus 2 on the inanimate substance. It has an implication in our behaviors. For that only we are insisting the people to frequently wash their hands, not to touch surfaces, and frequently we are asking the people to wash their hands. So next, I thank Naparajit for giving a very good brief introduction about the virus and the disease. The COVID-19 is the disease. SARS-CoV is the name of the virus. Coronavirus disease 2019. COVID-19 is the disease. So the transmission is by the close range contact, mainly by the respiratory droplet and through the contaminated surfaces, and touching the contaminated surfaces and taking the hands to the eyes, nose, mouth. So that is another point of transmission. The diseases, he has explained what are the symptoms, like sore throat, fever, body pain, headache. So all those are milder symptoms. The patient present with those symptoms, and dry cough, breathlessness are the worst. What are the complications it can lead to? Acute complications of COVID-19. Neuropsychiatrical complication can be a thrombosis in the vessel causing the cerebrovascular accidents. What we say, the paralysis, the stroke in the layman term, stroke, cerebrovascular accidents can happen. And in the respiratory, it can lead to pneumonia. Pneumonia is something like collection of pus in the lungs. So it is a lower respiratory tract infection. Pneumonia it can lead to, and the name suggests, severe acute respiratory syndrome. It can lead to respiratory syndrome disease, breathlessness. In the cardiovascular, it can lead to arrhythmia, that is jumping of rhythm of the heart, and inflammation of the heart muscle, it is myocarditis. In the hematological and vascular, it can lead to coagulopathy. What does it say? The blood tends to clot inside the blood vessels. Instead of being in liquid form and flowing into the vessels, it can jam inside and get clot inside the blood vessels. It's called coagulopathy and thromboembolic events. What does happen then if it gets clot in the smaller blood vessels? The dependent part of the body doesn't get the blood supply. The dependent part of the body goes for necrosis. If it has happened in the heart, it is called heart attack. If it has happened in the brain, it is called stroke. One portion of the brain or heart is not getting enough blood supply because of these blood clots, and they die off. They go into the necrotic phase. That is the event. In renal, it can cause acute kidney injury. In gastrointestinal, it can cause from diarrhea to acute liver injury. In musculoskeletal, it can rhabdomyolysis. It can generally cause the lysis of it, cause the death of the muscles because of this secondary to this thromboembolic events. Dermatological, it can lead to mild rashes and the dilatation of the vessels. So these are all the complications of COVID-19. And there is one more emerging condition is there, post-COVID symptoms. It is not done enough with these complications. If one person is getting complication and getting cured of, it is not, the story is not yet over. after the curing also, there is a syndrome called post-COVID symptoms. So it's not 100% cured off from the body. For some persons, it may lead to the complications like neuropsychiatry, delusions, mood changes, sensory and motor deficits, chronic fatigue and sleep dysfunction, respiratory, persistent dyspnea. Dyspnea is breathlessness. Persistent breathlessness, chronic cough, in cardiovascular disease, chest pain, palpitation, and hematological and vascular, it can lead to thrombotic, persistent and recurrent thrombosis in renal, acute chronic kidney injury, intestinal liver problems, and musculoskeletal weakness of the muscles, muscle wasting, dermatological hair loss. So these and all are named as the post-COVID symptoms. I personally know few of my friends who got diabetic after, newly diagnosed diabetic after the COVID infection. So why this virus is able to affect so much our health system? Since the virus is getting entered into the body through the receptor. The receptor is called ACE2 receptors. So where and all these receptors are found, it is able to get into that site and be there, and chronically can lead to the other infection, other diseases also, syndromes and symptoms. So we are not 100% sure it is how it is happening, where it is going to end. We are learning day by day. Every day is new lessons we are getting from virus, about the disease, about the vaccines, about all these things. We are still learning. So it is the picture as if what we see now. So next, going to the game changer. So how it is able to change the game? It's everywhere from New York to New Delhi, shuttering off all colleges, schools, shops, all business, and it has been described as the worst crisis the world faced since Second World War. So schools and colleges shuttered down, and there was a major crash in the stock market. People, more than half of the world population, they were forced to stay home, inside the home. So this is a total game changer. And because of this situation, we face lot of problems. The home violence increase, people become more anxious, sleeplessness, mood problems, or the health related issues, and the other things and all, like the economic loss, insecurity, problem of insecurity and uncertainties. So the one good thing happened is the nature took this time as the healing time. Lot of pictures have been posted in social media, like the herons and geese crossing the highways, and all these, the nature, all the birds are enjoying the weather, enjoying the climate. So we lost the balance between the nature and our passion and profession. So this gave that opportunity for the nature to heal itself. So what is the next? So this is the epidemiological part of it. So this picture I have taken from a dashboard developed by Johns Hopkins University. It is called CSSC. So this picture, the interactive map, locates and tallies the confirmed infections, fatalities and recoveries. Graphs details the virus progress over 5 authoritative data sources. So it took the information from authoritative data sources. It is projected in the real time. We can see, I have taken this information on 25th of March at the time 5.56. It is ticking every second and giving the information, the near real-time information. Wherever the new cases has been diagnosed, it is getting projected in this interactive map locations. So as Aprajit also told, it is 11 million cases.
11 million cases in India.
11 million, yes, 11 million cases in India, and death is 160,000 death in India. It is Here there is a map is given here. It shows the first cycle peaked in around July and August, and it has not yet over. This graph has not touched that baseline, and again we have started the momentum of picking up the cases, and transmission of coronavirus is more slowly rising. Okay, so we are on the verge of getting it in the second wave. So it is a situation. So this graph I have taken it from the Ministry of Health website. It shows a sharp rise in the daily reporting of cases. It is on 24th March, 47th, it's daily reporting of cases, it's about 47,262 cases have been reported on 24th. It's a steep, you can see the bar is rising, it's steep, it's going up, and 275 deaths as on date 24th March. So this I have taken that picture of the Arogya Setu, how it's going to help you. It gives a range of practical online and mobile GIS and mapping of dashboards and applications for tracking the coronavirus epidemic. So it ingests big data from their entire source and display results in interactive and near real-time dashboards. Helps in mapping of disease cases and of social media reactions to disease spread. It predicts the risk mapping using population travel time. If anybody get into the app, you can real time, you can see where and all you have traveled, in that place where you have traveled, what is the background, how the cases are there, what is the environment and the epidemiological aspect as per the disease is concerned, you can see by yourself. So you can be aware that, so these places a lot of patients are there, we have to be very careful. If I travel to that place, I have to be very careful and have all the COVID appropriate behavior. So it real time it gives you all the data, and tracking and mapping of super spreader trajectories and contacts across space and time are providing indispensable for timely and effective epidemiological monitoring and response. These online dashboards have become a pivotal source of information during the COVID-19 outbreaks, strengthening the government strategy, test, trace, track, treat technology in the fight against COVID-19. Test, what is the test for to detect the SARS-CoV-2 is, we are following the RT-PCR testing. Reverse transcriptase real-time PCR, that is called RT-PCR testing. And as the test is over in our lab, we are entering into that ICMR portal. Through that portal, the information can be accessed at various levels, zonal level, state level, district level, and even at national level. The information about the patients with their address, their contact number, and their test results, they have been traced at different levels, and the patient can be tracked using that information. Chennai Public Corporation contacts the person, tracks the patient, and pursues them to undergo treatment. Using the technology, we are able to do that. And the patient contact information, where they have gone, whom and all they have met, what are the family members, who are all their close family circle, and contact history, they can be collected, and all those persons can be given the precautionary. If necessary, they can also be tested and given treatment. So this aspect I am dealing with as the technical, the engineering support to control the pandemic of the coronavirus. How you people, the technical people, are supporting the health department to come in the battle against the coronavirus. So this is one journal published in international journal. Geographical tracking and mapping of coronavirus disease COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 epidemic and associated technologies are supporting the global fight against outbreak and epidemics. So here they have detailedly given how this GIS technology is helping to trace, track the patient, and in controlling the epidemics, giving you the real-time picture of the epidemics. So this is the picture what given here is the first 3D picture of the coronavirus. Here we can see the pink color is given, they are colored in different part of the virus with different colors. The pink color is I think you can all know it is a spike protein which is projecting out, giving you the corona appearance to the virus, and which is the most important aspect of the coronavirus in causing disease. So we are utilizing the spike protein in diagnosis and also in preventing by the vaccines. In the vaccines, this spike protein gene is incorporated for the Covishield vaccine. So this is the picture. This is a nanographics. I have taken this from the Tsinghua University and South Arabian University website. So coming here, the computer, how additionally the technical people helped in the battle against the corona is the computer scientists, they rush to model the coronavirus. Next move, the biotechnic entrepreneurs, they freely offered pivot to the developing diagnostic test. Lot of diagnostic tests have come out. Which protein, which gene of the coronavirus can be tagged to diagnose the diagnostic kits. So all those biotechnological persons, entrepreneurs, they come out with lot of the diagnostic kits, and the engineers openly shared design for building the inexpensive medical equipments since it is affecting the lungs the most and causing the severe acute respiratory syndrome, the ventilator is a support for the severely affected persons. So the low cost ventilators, they have come out with the scientists and technical persons have come out with the design the low cost ventilators and low cost inexpensive medical equipments. The autonomous shuttles. What does autonomous shuttle? If the person is infectious, we need to shift the patient from one area to other area, from one hospital to the other hospital. The patient can be placed inside the shuttles, which is covered, and only the vent are there for the oxygen support, and we can safely transport the patient without exposing him to much to the others. So like that, the supercomputers were repurposed to aid the global coronavirus response. So the available technology was utilized by putting in place a system to build laboratory linked case-based data. That's what I was explaining to you. Laboratory linked case-based data. As soon as we report a person and we release a result of a person, that laboratory case-based data can be enabled, analyzed at the district, state and national levels for strengthening the public health interventions and breaking the chain of transmission. So that much the technology is helping to overcome the disease. So what are the things way ahead? So it is a global public health crisis. No specific antiviral drugs are available to cure the virus. And what about mutations and vaccines? So as the famous saying goes, prevention is better than cure. Even 1 ounce of prevention is better than 1 gallon of cure. So always it is so. The basic things comes always the essential. So going next. So this picture I have given you overall important mutations which are prevalent worldwide. In India, we have a consortium for the genome consortium of SARS-CoV-2, where they have done processed around 1,000 samples and they have detected 771 variants of coronavirus. They are called VOC. It's called variants of concern. Really, we are concerned about these variants, how they are going to affect the disease process, how they are going to infectious, the transmissible aspects, and are they be able to susceptible to the treatment given and the vaccines available. So all these, they are creating concern. A lot of variants are there. The prominent one are given here, like N501Y. It is the mutation is a random change, unidirectional random change. It is bound to happen. The mutation is bound to happen. It's always happening in the nature also. The concern is when this happens to a particular important point, like I told the S protein, the spike protein. In that spike protein also there is a domain is there, receptor binding domain, where the S protein is getting bound with that receptor. Receptor is ACE receptor. That is called receptor binding domain. When it is happening, it becomes more sturdy. That bonding becomes more sturdy. It is not easily breakable, so it becomes more infectious. The virus binds tightly to human cells. That is the thing. And another thing is E484K. This mutation has been found in South African, Brazil, and UK variants, and they are also found. They can able to evade the immune response. So as soon as that anything foreign protein or foreign thing coming into the host immune system able to mount a response. Again, identify that it is a foreign and able to mount a response, that is called immune response. This virus somehow able to, because of this mutation, able to evade, able to escape from that immune response. And one more thing, E484Q. This is also helps the virus to evade the immune response. And here you see, what you see, the double mutation for E484Q plus 452R. These double mutations, they are able to diagnose these double mutations in Indian samples. So what does we have in future? We have to wait and see and learn from our experiences. So they have already, transmission is more, they are becoming more transmissible, they are able to spread faster, and the bond is so unbreakable. It is getting transferred from one person to another person easily and able to cause disease. Increased infectivity is there and able to evade the immune system also. So these are the other two mutations. Still we are learning about these mutations. How to win over? An increase in the fraction of samples with the E484Q and L452 mutations. The question that need to answering are: does the presence of this double mutation change how the virus behaves? Will this variant be more infectious now or cause more severe disease? And importantly, will current vaccines still work well against it? So these are all the situations, the unknown questions, the uncertainties we face. Literally, this is the world's worst global crisis the world is facing since the Second World War. And the promising thing is India has two COVID vaccines. One is the Covishield, developed from Serum Institute of India Private Limited, and another is the Covaxin, developed by Bharat Biotechnology. This is also from India only, indigenously developed vaccines, Covaxins along with ICMR. This Covishield is from the Oxford University scientists. They have developed it and they are producing it indigenously. We are making it here. The efficacy is 70.42. For Covaxin, it has come out as 81%. Efficacy is more or less same, and 2 doses we need to take. The vaccines has to be stored in the cold chain. Refrigerator is enough, and we have enough efficacy. Efficacy is proven one as on today. Okay. The next is the one we have vaccine. The other thing, the basics. Simple solution to a huge problem. I can tell you a small example. We have lot of equipments, lot of technology to find out what is there inside the earth, under the sea, inside the mountain. We are finding the ore, what is there inside, precious things are there, and able to dug out and cave out, tunnel out. So all this technology we are having. I am asking you a simple question. If we have lost a needle in a haystack, or a needle, ஒரு ஊசி வைக்கோல் போர், haystack is there, no, haystack, வைக்கோல் போர்ல ஒரு needle விழுந்துருச்சு. Which technology will use to take out that needle? வைக்கோல் போர்ல விழுந்த அந்த ஊசியை எந்த டெக்னாலஜி வச்சு நம்மளால தேடி கண்டுபிடிச்சு எடுக்க முடியும்? So it is the basic. Like that only we have a huge, all this technological expertise with us. We have launched Mangalyaan, we have reached the satellite, a lot of satellites through which we can diagnose what is even under the earth also. But to fight against the corona, to win over the battle, we have only the basics with us. The COVID appropriate behavior to cut the chain of transmission is the key. So what is the COVID appropriate behavior? So we have to wear a mask. Since it is ideally spreading through the droplet infection, to prevent the droplet being reach us, I need to have that COVID appropriate behavior and respiratory etiquette. In public, if I'm coughing or sneezing, I have to cover the cough. First thing, I need to wear the mask. And the worst thing, the next thing what I can do, I can cover my cough with my shoulders. We can do like that. If cough or sneezing comes, it's not unavoidable. It is natural. If sneezing comes, it's natural to sneeze out. Still, we can do with the respiratory etiquette. We can cover our cough and have the mask with us, and we have to have all these alcoholic hand rubs. It is there on my table. It is there. The hand rub I'm having in my hand box. It is with us, and I'm having my mask. So mask, using the mask, frequently washing our hands. How washing helps out? Really, it's helping out because the virus it's a protein covered with enveloped virus. The envelope is like a lipid layer. So like when we dirt our hands with oil or some grease, what we do, we wash with soap, it goes off. So the soap breaks that oil, the grease cut into, and it goes off. Like that, simply it destroys the virus. Since the virus is having one protein envelope, all enveloped viruses are very much susceptible to soap and water and alcoholic hand rub. So when we use, if it is there also, it will go off. So it get destroyed. Virus gets destroyed by frequently washing our hands. Next is prevent ourselves from getting exposed to the other persons by wearing the mask. And one or two aspects of wearing mask I need to tell. Since we are wearing the mask, we have to inspect the mask for any dirt or any crack is there. We have to really wear a good mask, and before that we need to wash our hands because visibly my hand is clean, but I may not know. I have touched somewhere, taken some books, something, so I may not know. So ideally to wash our hands before touching the mask and wearing it on our face. Then we have to see for it is no leak is there. It's completely fitting. Mask is completely fitting. Once it is adjusted, we should not touch the mask again. That is one important aspect. Should not keep on adjust. If it's loose fitting, then we can't. It will not cover my nose. It should cover my nose, and it should be under my jaw, under the lower jaw. So it should cover completely. So at the end of the day, at the end of the work, if I am going to wash my mask, I have to take out by the ear, the hand, and dip it into the detergent water and again wash my hands. Once I touch my mask, I need to wash because the outside of the mask is possible contamination will be there in the outside of the mask. So if I am touching that contamination doing other thing, so I am spreading that contamination to somewhere, and with a dirt hand must be dirty, and I might be adjusting the mask. Both way it can contaminate from hand to the mask and mask to the hand. So these are a few things we need to really look into while wearing a mask. Fabric mask can protect others around you. To protect yourself and prevent the spread of the COVID-19, remember to keep at least 1 meter distance or 6 feet distance from each other. Clean your hands frequently and thoroughly, and avoid touching your face and mouth. These are the tips. We can follow the basic tips. So if you are going to wear a medical mask, then the medical mask, the color will be different from inside one color, outside one color will be there. So the lighter color has to go to the inside, the darker color has to come to the outside. The thing is, the darker color, it is water resistant. So somebody sneezes and coughs out also, if some moisture is lying splattered on the outside, then it will not get absorbed since it is water resistant. The inside is water. We are breathing out, some humidity will be there. So the inside fabric is different from the outside fabric. The water resistant will be outside. Okay. So this is the tip in wearing the medical mask. And medical mask, you see the borders, that one stiffness will be there. Some stick-like thing will be there. That thing has to go to the nose of the bridge, and it has to be snugly fitting to the nose of the bridge. Bridge of the nose, sorry. So this is about the COVID-19 risk of transmission. So you see here the green zone is the really good zone. Here both the person supposed to be patient, he is a patient and he is not a patient. They both are wearing masks and they are 6 feet away. the transmission, risk of transmission is very low. So they have given in the green picture. See here from green to orange, yellow to orange to red. So what happens? Here the distance has got reduced. They are close to each other. Since they are both wearing mask and they are close. So still the risk is there. Here the other person is not wearing the mask. Here the patient is not wearing the mask. The other person, exposed person, is wearing the mask. So this risk has come to the red zone. So it is the safe behavior is to wear the mask and keep the distance of 6 feet. So that is the thing. So what are the take-home message? The pandemic is much more than a health crisis, causing different social, economic and political effects that will leave deep and long-standing scars. We are not yet certain about it. What will happen to the next decade, next year, next moment, how the virus will behave, how our body immune system will behave. So we have a lot of much uncertainty is there. So SARS-CoV-2 can remain infectious on inanimate surfaces for several days, more so on smooth surfaces. On different surfaces of various materials such as plastic, metal, glass, a virus is able to survive from 2 hours to 9 days. Simple steps of COVID appropriate behavior has a significant role in controlling the transmission of the disease. So this is a good point. So the last, I am giving you a joke. சிரிக்கவும் சிந்திக்கவும் வைக்கும் பதிவு. சித்ரகுப்தரே, சித்ரகுப்தர் யமனுடைய செக்ரட்டரி. சித்ரகுப்தரே, பூலோகம் சென்று வந்தீரே, அங்கே என்ன விசேஷம்? யமன் விசாரிக்கிறாரு. சித்ரகுப்தரோட பதில், மகாராஜா, அங்கு எல்லோரும் முகத்திற்கு ஒரு வகை கவசம் அணிந்திருப்பதால் எனக்கு ஆட்களை அடையாளம் காண முடியாமல் போய்விட்டது. ஆதலால் முகக்கவசம் அணியாதோர் சிலரைத்தான் இங்கே என்னால் கொண்டு வர முடிந்தது. This you think and laugh and think. So this is my last slide to thank you all. Mask is the vaccine, distancing is immunity, hand wash is the medicine. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your energetic and empowering speech. Now I request Dr. J. Venkatesh, Dean of Outreach, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sanjana.
Thank you, sir.
It's me, Dr. J. Venkatesh. Right now, this month I joined as a dean and also a professor of CS department. And first of all, I thank the Almighty for giving me this opportunity in proposing the vote of thanks in behalf of Chennai Institute of Technology. And first and foremost, thanks to our chairman, Sri P. Sriram, who given me the opportunity to be with you all and work along with you guys in the future courses of time. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. And also I thank our secretary, Mr. Sriram, for giving me this opportunity also. And I thank the madam. And next, thanks to our principal, through Dr. A. Ramesh, who is very dynamic. Right now, we are missing because of his, today he went to have the vaccination. So maybe this topic is also related to that again. So I thank Dr. Ramesh for giving me this opportunity. And today, thank you, Madam Usha Manimaran, Madam, for giving a wonderful speech regarding, and one more awareness we had again, extension awareness we had regarding the COVID, how to protect ourselves from the pandemic situation right now. And often we have been informing to our students, and they are also aware of that, of the 3 things what you said today regarding the wearing of mask, and next is hand sanitizing, most important thing, and of course the social distancing. We often inform to our students and they are also aware, but today we had extension view on this, what are the impact we have if you avoid that. And at the end, you are given me again regarding the Chitragupta and his secretary. That is a very nice quote of that, and of course that will impact us if not wearing a mask or if not making the social distancing as well as hand sanitizing. All these 3, and then you're given technical details again to us what happens if you avoid that. So thank you very much, madam, for being here with us today, and then a wonderful speech from you with the technical things. Thank you so much, madam, for that case, for making this day a wonderful one for us. And also I thank our dean, other deans accordingly, and then all the head of the departments for cooperating us to have informed to our students to have this link accordingly to Zoom meeting. And then also thank Sanjana for being here hosting this one.
Thank
and
you.
I thank Sridev madam as well as Sendhu sir, who is a part of it, as a technical team making this again, there is arrangement. And also I thank the other technical guys who are along with this, making this. And also one more thanks to our Yagna Raj Shankar sir, who made this event with whom he contacted the madam, and then this is our chance to make it. Thank you, Raj Shankar sir, for this opportunity. And I thank everyone for us. And once again, I thank Dr. Usha Manimaran madam for a wonderful speech again. Thank you so much, and thank you all being here. And also I to thank all the participants who are there. And this is not only to have this thing what again we are hearing again, but you have to share this to others also to make sure